Welcome back everyone to another video. We have a lot of information to get through. Starfield, some Salt, some Foundry Gate. I mean, first we had the Puddle Gate, then we had the Resolution Gate. Now we got the Boundary Gate as people are losing their mind on one camp only who have no intention of playing the game, as well as some other influencers who are now jumping on the bandwagon after all, despite the fact that them saying that they are neutral and they hope the game is a success, they are completely and utterly jumping at every opportunity they can get. So let's get cracking. First up, we have the day one patch. It is now live. You can actually go and download it. It's version 1.7.23 and is now available for you to download. The actual update size for Xbox Series X is 15.48 gigabytes. I've already got this. And on PC it is 13.4. This actually updated automatically for me, so I didn't actually see the size. But it's available. Just go check that you've got it, because if you have got early access, you don't want to be missing out on this, right? Cool. Next up, we have this post here. I wish Starfield for Xbox Series X wasn't as popular as it is. It's quickly become one of the most hated games of all time simply because it's not on PS5. This doesn't just apply to Ponies, this also applies to publications as well. They are absolutely trying to do everything they can to trash this game. And quite honestly, I don't think that they're going to have the power to do it. I do think it's going to get a low Metacritic score because I believe websites like GameRant, IGN are just going to review it low. I don't see PC Gamer giving this a high score. Even if it was the best game in the world, PC Gamer just doesn't like Xbox. Therefore, despite the fact that this game may deserve a 95 Metacritic, I said may, I'm not saying it will because I haven't played it, but despite the fact that it may deserve a high Metacritic rating, just don't expect it to get one, because just publications don't want Xbox to succeed. It is really that simple. Now we have this from Digital Foundry, and I think this is actually really important. Todd Howard and Bethesda gave them permission to clarify some of the stuff that was going on with the actual trailers. So let's just have a little listen to this and then we can discuss after.
So every time they've shown Starfield, obviously, there's been this thing where the footage doesn't look smooth. We've talked about this before. The trailers have a lot of jitter. We're like, is there performance problems? The answer is no. That is a problem with the trailers. The actual game does not have these problems.
So as you can see here, all that commotion that was happening with the actual jitterness of the footage and people laughing at the frame rate, and even when Digital Foundry first took note of the actual frame rate and reviewed the trailer footage as gospel, there was actual problems with the trailer, so hopefully we'll see a much smoother account going forward when the game launches in a few days' time. Next up we come to Kemi. Now I'm showing this because she's the influencer manager for Bethesda. Now a lot of people have been going against what she said here. Here's the thing, with agreeing to legally binding NDAs, embargoes, we are trusting you as a business partner. What I am here is a business, and if I got a review code, I would be a business partner. To not talk about your experience until the embargo ends. Don't be the creator that makes our lives harder or ruins it for yourself, other creators for future games. The only thing anyone can say that has a review copy right now is, I am playing Starfield. If you say anything beyond that, you are breaking your NDA embargo. Don't do that. If you can't follow it, we won't bring you back for advanced access in the future, just keeping it 100. Now, that's actually a really powerful statement, and it is the truth. If you break NDA or embargoes, you're screwing yourself over. You shouldn't do it under any circumstances. There are actually legal complications around this. They can actually take you to court for disclosing information that you legally do not have the right to disclose. That is the whole purpose of a non-disclosure agreement. You are essentially talking about and revealing information about something you do not have the right to do. That's essentially theft of data. So it's actually quite serious. But what's even more is that these influencer managers do talk to each other. So if X over there is turning around and saying, hey guys, check this out. Look at all this footage I'm showing you on Game X. And then they're like, well, you shouldn't have done that. they'll turn around to their network and say, by the way, if you're thinking of giving anything to person X, I would not do that because this is what they've done. You're blacklisted from everyone. Is it really worth it? No. But this dude here found out the hard way. Now, I don't even know if he actually got an actual review code. I think he did. But what he did was he showed footage of the game and then started talking about the whole barrier gate thing and saying how Todd Howard lied. Now, I'm actually going to get to that whole Todd Howard lied thing, but he clearly did it just to get some clout, some likes, some follows, and in the end, it looks like he has been given a talking to by Bethesda, and as far as I'm understanding, he's now pretty much going to be blacklisted from Bethesda. I mean, good. I'm happy that they're taking that action. In fact, I think they should take it one step further, and for those people that do break NDA, I really think there should be legal complications for this. They should actually take them to court for potential loss of earnings. Sega did this to someone, and they're still paying off. Now, this was a long time ago, mind you, but this person, who I'm not going to get into much detail, decided to reveal information about a game that hadn't even come out yet, and it hurt the sales. And the judge told them to pay the loss of earnings. They'll be paying that back for the rest of their life. I think more companies should do that, because the more companies that do that and ruin someone else's life, like physically ruin their life, the less people will break NDA. There has to be consequences. You're not just on Twitter for show. You're a business, and everyone has consequences. But, you know, he's still trying to defend what he's done here, and he says he disagrees. He genuinely thought it was a topic of concern, so he had no problem breaking NDA to let people know. It's sad. But you know what isn't sad? I asked for a humble 250 likes, and you guys have hit nearly 900 likes. That is insane, with like 10,000 views. I am over the moon. I can't thank you all enough for your continued support. So with this video, I'm going to ask you for a humble 250 likes challenge. We are going to go up in the next video, but in this video, we are going to stick to that 250. Let's see if we can smash it. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps the channel grow. We are trying to get to 5,000 by the end of the year in terms of subs. Between the last 3 videos, we've had a total of 45,000 views. In fact, it's roughly about 47,000 views. If half of you had subscribed, I'm hoping you're enjoying the content, but if half of you had subscribed, we would be around 28,000 subs already, and that would be halfway to my dream milestone of 50,000. So yeah, I want the plaque. So if you are watching the content and you are enjoying it, do consider leaving a sub. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does mean the world to the channel and to me, and it really does help the channel grow and get me to where I need to go. Right, next up we have the Black Viking. The man failed every science class he enrolled in. He is, of course, talking about King Trash, S-Class Gamer. Come on, the fact that you have to call yourself an S-Class Gamer. I mean, what are you, 5? This is how you know Starfield is winning. When they start complaining about not having the ability to walk on gas giants, they hit a new low. And you've got King Fresh here. You cannot go to these planets because exploration was a lie. I mean, it's a gas giant. It has no solid matter. How do you step on something that isn't solid? I mean, there's dumb, and then there's this dumb. I mean, my dude is just like, go back to school, man. Go back to elementary if you're in the US, or if you're in the UK, go back to primary school and learn some science, dude. Because at the end of the day, you just made yourself look like a real dumbass. Next up, we come to everyone's favorite Reforge Gaming. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance to the people and the creatures who live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop, that moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. And you can, as long as it has a solid matter. You can't stand on something or land on something that isn't solid. I mean, common sense, but I guess people don't have that sort of common sense anymore. But love to see it. And of course, then he had this to say, right? Let's listen to our favorite Reforge.
The goalpost shifting on how this game was marketed is just truly remarkable. The idea that everybody defending it right now, like they already expected that this is how it's going to work, right? Is none of this surprising? None of this is surprising to you. None of this is even a little disappointing, not even a little bit paradigm shifting, like, oh, I didn't think it was going to work that way. I kind of thought it was going to actually be an open world game where I could kind of go anywhere I wanted. The fact that you're not even remotely bothered by this.
And the reality is, right? No one cares! I mean, maybe one or two people care, but the only people that I'm seeing caring are PlayStation fanboys like Reforge, PlayStation fanboys like Dreamcast Guy, all the other PlayStation fanboys, all of the people that basically don't want to play the game and want to trash the game. I don't really see any Xbox-centric person giving a damn. Sure, would it have been nice to seamlessly go around a planet? Yes. Did Bethesda actually say that that was possible? Kind of. Not really. They didn't actually say that was the case. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But as we see here, this has been literally explained and expected to be exactly what it is, what it now is. Literally, 100%, this guy is a clown. Wow, the reach is real. I mean, the guy is a joke. I thought he wasn't a Sony fanboy. I've said he's a Sony fanboy all the time. The guy is just a joke. I actually thought he was excited for the game. He's not. He just wants to find any little thing that he can find and just laugh about it. I mean, the guy is just... I mean, he gets his clicks through it, so I guess as far as he's concerned, whether he is playing the game or not is irrelevant, but he does open himself up to some, a lot of stupidity. I mean, I haven't seen him talk about Spider-Man in God knows how long. Maybe they don't care about Spider-Man anymore. Maybe? This is where I was coming to. Bethesda didn't lie. Todd didn't lie. You just didn't pay attention. Claiming that they deliberately worded it this way is a cop-out. Now listen to what Todd Howard is actually saying, because it's actually in the words. Now, I personally missed this when I first watched the direct, but Todd didn't lie. What he said is entirely true, and I'm going to get back to the Peter Hines point as well after this.
In their Starfield Direct, well, there's only one way to find out. Let's take a look and see what they said.
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in.
Say it louder for the people in the back!
That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in.
That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. At no point in the Starfield Direct did they say that we would be able to explore a planet in its entirety on foot, landing and flying through any area of the planet that we want to, a la No Man's Sky. That was not said. And that was deliberately not said because that is just not the case. That is not how the game works.
So, as you can see here, Todd Howard made it perfectly clear that exploring is done in a different way here. You only explore the area where you land. Now, when we go to the Peter Hines thing, they asked him, can you explore the whole planet? And Peter Hines said, yes. As you were, go forward. Now, the whole planet itself is explorable. You can explore every part of the planet. But it's clear by what Todd Howard is saying here, not seamlessly. And I don't have a problem with that. And I don't understand why anyone has a problem with that. But what I'm seeing now is PlayStation fans copying for Star Citizen and say that that's the best flying game. That's going to be the game that they go and play. My dude, that game has people T-posing inside tables, ships disappearing, ships parachuting off, elevators killing you, enemies glitching through walls, medications actually poisoning you, people having heart attacks just by walking. The amount of bugs in that game put Bethesda to shame. But if that's the hill you want to die on, I'm not saying Star Citizen is a bad game. I actually genuinely enjoy it for the multiplayer aspect, and it's the side that I wish Starfield had. But if that's what they're coping for, good for them, man. Good for them. But as you can see here, it's all a pile of bollocks. It's all a pile of bollocks. Now, we have this over here as well. This is quite cool. I'm going to only play a minute of this, but just listen to Dreamcast Guy. He says that he doesn't hate Starfield. Keep this in mind, yeah? He said, I don't hate Starfield. I actually want Starfield to succeed. I want it to be a good game. But when I post love for Xbox and Starfield, I'm called a console warrior. But when someone makes a video like this, completely thrashing a company and hard-working developers, and that's the key point here, right? He completely and utterly trashed developers. I'm really hoping that he didn't get a review code because, you know, pieces of shit like him really don't deserve it. They say it's okay because PlayStation is the underdog. But let's just hear just the first minute. I'll actually link this in the description if people want to actually check it out because it's quite... It's really harsh.
It's that same walk cycle again. He's walking because the enemies can't even shoot him. Oh no, the dead-eyed NPCs are ragdolling.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful.
Sodium Guy? I like that.
And spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game.
There actually wasn't a lot to take in, Todd.
You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and...
Well, this is kind of a dog shit conference. What do y'all think about it?
I mean, just listen to him.
Oh my god. Dreamcast Guy, there's a bunch of... Super Chat says, Dreamcast Guy, there's a lot of Xbots saying Starfield looks better than Spider-Man and Final Fantasy 16 combined. Ooh.
I'm just going to put this out there. Outside of the boss battles for Final Fantasy 16, the game looks like a PS4 Pro, mid-gen, all the way, you know, towards the latter region of PS, you know, coming up to PS5. There is no way outside of the boss battles that game looks like as amazing as people are saying. I love Final Fantasy, I love Square Enix, but no way. That game was clearly designed and started work on the PS4. No one can tell me otherwise. And it shows, right? I mean, it's blurry as hell on performance mode. And even on the upscaled 4K, it's not sharp.
Woo boy, that's some cope. That's some cope. All right, I'm going to film a video talking about this because, wow, this was dog shit. Good luck, Xbox people. You guys got a lot of defending to do. So, feel free to go on Twitter and tell everybody about how this is the best game ever. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's what you...
I mean, this guy who said, I don't console war, I don't take sides. How is the Starfield Direct dog shit? You tell me in the comment section below how sad and pathetic this human garbage actually is. Next we come up to Kotaku, everyone's favorite one, right? Look at that heading for Kotaku. Starfield fans are melting down over invisible walls and possible limits of exploration. No, it is not Starfield fans. It is PlayStation Corpo fans. It is PlayStation fans like Dreamcast Guy, like Reforge, like King Thrash that are actually having the meltdown. Everyone else is just looking forward to the game to land so they can jump into the world and have a good damn time. But everyone else that isn't getting this game on PlayStation unless they've got a YouTube or Twitch app on their console so they can actually watch other people enjoying it, because God forbid, unless they're going to out themselves like Red Dragon, who decided to show that he actually has Xbox games, does the Xbox reward points, and actually plays the games to get enough points to actually get stuff. Well, unless they're going to out themselves like he did, we all know that either they will be playing it and enjoying it in their silence with the game hidden from their Xbox so they can hide for all indefinite, or they're just going to continue being salty and going and playing other space games like Everspace and Star Citizen while we enjoy a at least finished game. At least until Squadron 42 lands, right? Because then we can all experience that as well. Next we have GameRant. Of course, this is another company that's going to be giving a high Metacritic score. We all know it, right? Starfield Shattered Space may already be in a rough spot. Starfield is still a few weeks out, but its first DLC expansion, State of Space, has already been confirmed, and it may be in the top spot already. How? There's literally no information about it. Nothing. If you read the article, there is nothing. It's just talking about, it's just bollocks talking about the barrier gate. I mean, these guys, what can I say? And then we come to Unleashed. I don't actually have this guy followed anymore. I actually blocked him because the guy's just a waste of oxygen, I think. But Xbox and Starfield have destroyed this dude. Almost every post is about him. Kind of obsession towards a game and console you're supposedly not interested in. It can't be healthy. Seek help. And I genuinely believe this is coming from a good place. Anyone that is this butthurt about something, about a game, geez Louise, you really do need to go get some medical help, because it's not healthy, man. This is not healthy. Like, he's dedicating his life to try to bring down Starfield. I mean, there's console warring, and then there's just sad and pathetic, right? And that's the territory this guy has entered into. It's pretty freaking sad. But you know what? Each to their own. If he wants to advertise Starfield, even though he thinks he's shitting on them, by all means. I mean, this guy was hurt. This guy was hurt bad. But that is basically it. Thanks so much for watching. Please do leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Leave a comment below letting me know your thoughts. Can these clowns actually get any worse? Let me know in the comment section below. Starfield has sent them on a frenzy. I think the best analogy that I can give to PlayStation fanboys right now when they actually see Starfield is a cat with catnip. They lose their fucking mind and go absolutely batshit fucking crazy, and wow, does it look hilarious as everyone else looks on. That is the best analogy I can show you. And just think, this is one exclusive. God, I can't wait till the Elder Scrolls 6 comes and that's gonna also emit PS5. That is when I think we're gonna see people, you know, admitting themselves into mental health care stations and actually trying to sort out their mental health problems, because if Starfield did this, Elder Scrolls is going to be a hell of a lot worse, people. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Remain legend.